Hello folks, and I'm back again. I guess I'll start off with the minor modes part 3. Just to say, I had a little hiatus there. Thanksgiving, Christmas went by, and it was pretty fun. I had a chance to recharge the batteries, and this year will be a good year. And we're moving on to minor modes part 3. I think I went over the scales the last time in my other videos that were probably about 2 months old now. But anyway, like I said, I'd take time out. Anyway, I got my Samick guitar here from Ibanez guy over there, and man, this thing's pretty good. It plays nice, neck's really straight, the pickups are good, and the sound is good. Had to get a little bit used to the frets. They seem to be like a little more flat, more vintage. They're still wide, but they're a little less, not as like jumbo, I guess you could say. But it feels pretty good, and I still like the maple neck. I used to have a Strat, and I sold it. Stupid me, but it was an American Standard I got it back in '89, and I always regretted it later on, of course. So I found this, and I'm like, wow, this kind of Strat-like. Anyway, minor modes part 3. I'm going to talk today about the Locrian Mode. It's basically the 7th mode of the major scale. The chord, the sequence of notes is 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, and flat 7. Basically, I like to think of it as like a Phrygian with a flatted 5th. Because basically the main chord is a minor 7 flat 5 chord, which in G would be this. It's not too stable, it's not made to be stable. Let's just put it that way. But that's the one chord of that of the Locrian mode. I'll play it here for you. The 1, which is G. I'm playing in G here. 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, flat 2, flat 3, and so forth. Sound like it wants to stay there, but like I said, Phrygian, the only difference between this and Phrygian is the flatted 5th. So if you want to think about it like in terms of like, George Lynch, he played a lot of flat 5ths, like something like that. And you could just, play the Locrian instead of like a Phrygian mode on it. Just don't stay on that flatted 5th too much, but anyway, like basically the chord scale, and this is the triad chord scale is basically G diminished, and then A flat major, and then B flat minor, I'm basically doing this on the 4th string, so it's 4, and you kind of get a bar of these guys here, just the 3rd note, 3rd string, and the 2nd, and C minor, D flat major, E flat major, F minor, and G diminished again. Like I said, it's not a very good one, but anyway, that's the mode, and so I just want you to know pretty much all the modes. Doesn't mean you have to use them, but you know it's there. And basically I'm using my, sometimes I'll pick it, you know, and then sometimes I'll pluck it, you know, hybrid picking with the picking fingers, you know, like, kind of keeps you from getting bored. So maybe once you go, maybe I'll go up on this one, then I'll go down on this one, up, down, up, down, up, down, and so forth. Kind of gives a little line, say it. It may be anticipated, but you know, makes things interesting, which is good in these things. Anyway, the 7th chords, like I said, basically I'll go off the 6th string, is a G minor 7 flat 5, which is kind of like the minor chord that you learned here, but there's a 5th there on the B string, and you're just flatting it there, kind of hard to see. The next is A flat major, which is the flat 2 major, right? Then I got a B flat minor, then I go to C minor, then I got a D flat major, then I got an E flat dominant 7, then I think it's F minor 7, yeah, sounds right, and then back to G minor 7 flat 5. Like I said, it's not a very good chord to stay on, but you kind of got to know that the minor 7 flat 5 most of the time acts as a 2 chord for minor chord progression. But anyway, just thought you'd like the Locrian. Sometimes have some fun with it. The next one is a harmonic minor scale. So, harmonic minor, basically it's a minor scale with the 7th degree or note raised to its major parent scale's note. And it might sound confusing, but in the key of G minor, the 7th note is a flat 7, right? So it's F. So it's like G minor would be G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, right? And then back down it's G, F, B flat, D, C, B flat, the flatted 3rd, A the 2, and G the 1, right? But this case, what happens is they make this 7th note instead of F. They used a relative major or parallel major 7th tone, which is F sharp. So basically they raised it up to its original. So basically you have a, and I know it's kind of weird because you got flats and you got sharps in it, but the main reason behind that is, you know, you got a certain number, you get 7 or 8 notes, but you get 7 that are not flat or sharp, and depending on where you're coming from with the raised note, you could have sharps and flats in the same scale per se. Like we have B flat in there, which is the flatted 3rd of G, right? But you can't say that's G flat, obviously, because it'd be what? It'd be a flatted 8th, and that doesn't make sense, you know. So, you know, so, or even, you know, a double whatever. But that's why they do it. So anyway, G harmonic minor, 3rd position. So you get the 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, natural 7, meaning coming, which is F sharp, coming from the parallel major scale or G major back to the root of G, and then the 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, natural 7, 1. So anyway, I'll play it through a little faster here. So it sounds obviously classical music, and let me delve a little deeper why. Looking at the scale, the triads basically have a 1 minor, right? Because of the 7th note, you got G minor, A diminished, right? You have B flat augmented. So let's try that. Let's see. There we go. Because of the F sharp there. And then you have a C minor, which is the 4 minor and the 5 major. Right? Right? And then you got the E flat major. And then F sharp diminished back to G minor. So anyway, let me do that a little faster. So you got G minor, right? Then you got A diminished, then you have B flat augmented, and when I say augmented, it means that the 5th is raised, so it's a sharp 5 because of that F sharp there, because the 5th is, the B flat is F, but you raised it to F sharp, so it's a sharp 5. Then you got C minor and D major again. D Just going back through it again, and then E flat major, and then F sharp diminished because you raised it up from its from F to F sharp, and then back to G minor. So basically the 1 chord is G minor, the 2 chord is A diminished, the flat 3 chord basically is a B flat major sharp 5, or just a B flat augmented. The fourth chord in there is a C minor, is a minor chord, and the 5 chord is a major chord, and also the flatted 6 is a major, and the 7th is now diminished. Now, as you can see, typical in major chord progression, that the 5th is, you have a 1 major, a 4 major, and a 5 major. Obviously in the relative minor, or in a parallel minor to the major scale, it'd be a 1 minor, it's a 4 minor, and a 5 minor. So basically back in the day with harmonic minor, when they raised that 7th degree, it made the 5 chord major and made the pull back to the 1 chord better. Like I'll do a, that's G minor, and I'll do a 5 minor in this case, back to 1. So the pull isn't as much on that as with the G major chord. Has a more pull. So when they raised the F sharp, they were able to take the normal minor 5 in the minor scale and make it major. Has a little more pull, and so they changed it for harmonic reasons, meaning the chords. Anyway, I think that's what I wanted to give you guys. Oh yeah, the 7th chords are kind of wacky because of the sharp 7, but basically you would have a minor 7 sharp, minor major 7. I believe, or an A minor 7, my bad. Right. The next note, the next chord though, is a, what am I trying to say? It was augmented before, so it's a B flat, instead of B flat dominant, it's a B dominant 7 sharp 5. We don't say B dominant 7 augmented. It just doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's good to say what notes is changed, so we say B7 sharp 5, right? And you'll have a C minor, right? And then you'll now have a D flat major 7, right? Right, yep. And then, what else here? It's been a while since I've been over these things, but I'm giving you guys a hand here. E flat major 7. Right, and then it's F sharp diminished. And if you look, see the picture here, it's hard to see, but if you take the 7th chord from the minor scale, swing it around here, you take the F dominant 7 on the 6th string, and since we're raising that 7th degree now to F sharp, that's the only note you changed in this pattern, up to F sharp. That's a diminished, F sharp diminished. And it sounds kind of chromatic, but you could use that as a passing tone if you're going from a flat 7, dominant 7 to the minor 1. You could easily go just to help you guys out there, a little added stuff. So you go something like that, kind of like a polka thing. Anyway, I think that's it on the scales for this week. Hopefully it helps. Like I said, PM me if you want, if you have any other questions. But like I said, harmonic minor. So one thing I was talking about in Guy's scales is he has the 3 notes per string pattern, and the traditional, sometimes it's good to do the traditional as well because it fits in with the box patterns, but I'll talk about that more. I think I said next time I'd talk about Phrygian dominant, but I'll let you mull over harmonic minor right now. And basically, you know, if you think Hotel California is like a B minor to an F sharp major, right? Something like that. That's harmonic minor. So, and it kind of makes it interesting. And sometimes Santana will do some harmonic minor stuff in there. He'll do like a minor chord, like a A minor, and then go to the, you know, the 5 chord. And of course, Yngwie Malmsteen does all kinds of stuff, but that's more of a classical approach than using it for jazz and stuff. Anyway, I think that's how many minutes I got. Holy crap, 23 minutes. I better cut this down. Anyway, have fun, and next time around I'll probably do some warm-up exercises if you guys don't have any, or some ways to keep you from injuring yourself. Have fun.